Hey there, this is Erica from Highland Hickory Designs, and today I'd like to show you how to crochet a chevron pattern. Any extra information such as hook size, yarn used, or available patterns for this stitch pattern will be written in the description box below. I've also included the written instructions for each row, so be sure to check that out as well. So let's get started. For this chevron pattern, you will need a multiple of 19 chains plus 4. And in this example, I've started with a chain of 42. For row 1, you're going to work a double crochet 5 chains from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 double crochet. Then we will chain 1, skip the next chain, double crochet in the next chain, and repeat that 2 more times. Chain 1, skip the next chain, double crochet in the next chain, one more time, chain 1, skip 1 chain, double crochet in the next chain, and then chain 1. Okay, now we are ready to create our peak of our mountain. So you'll skip the next chain, and in this next chain you're going to work a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, all in the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 1 more double crochet. So now we work down the side. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, and repeat that 2 more times. Chain 1, skip next stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip the next stitch, double crochet in the next one, and then chain 1. See how you're starting to form almost like a mountain. Okay, now we're going to create the valley for the next mountain to start. So what you're going to do is skip the next stitch, and you're going to double crochet 2 together, but you're going to use 2 different stitches. So skip the next stitch, in the next chain you're going to begin a double crochet, but don't finish it. Skip 2 chains, insert your hook into the next stitch like you're going to do another double crochet, but don't finish it, and you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, draw through all 3 loops. See how it pulls it together? And now we'll continue on. Chain 1, skip the next chain, double crochet in the next chain, repeat that 2 more times. Chain 1, skip the next chain, double crochet in the next chain, 1 more time, skip this chain, double crochet in the next chain, chain 1. Okay, so now we're going to create another peak. So you'll skip 1 chain, and in the next chain you're going to work a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, all in the same stitch. Double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, and we're going to work down 1 more time. Chain 1, skip the next chain, double crochet in the next chain, chain 1, skip, double crochet, chain 1, skip, double crochet. And chain 1. So now you're left with 4 chains, and we're going to create the last valley where we have to double crochet 2 together. So you're going to skip the 4th chain from the end, this next chain, begin your double crochet in this chain, but don't finish, skip this chain, and finish your double crochet 2 together in this last chain. Yarn over, draw through all 3 loops. And if we lay this out, you should be able to see how it's starting to create crests and valleys. If at any point you need to go back and see a step over again, feel free to rewind the video. I'll have all the timestamps down in the description box below so you can find whatever row you're working on and jump to it immediately. Okay, let's get started with row 2. Okay, for round 2, I'm going to move this over here. You're going to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, turn your work, and now we're going to skip the stitch that the chain 3 comes out of, skip the chain 1 space, and begin our double crochets in this next stitch. So you'll double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in the chain 1 space, and repeat that until you have 6 double crochets right here. 1 in the next stitch, 1 in the chain 1 space, 1 in the next stitch, 1 in the chain 1 space, oh, I'm sorry, you'll have 7 right here. Double crochet in this next stitch. So there will be 7 here. Okay, so in this chain 3 space of our peak of our mountain, we're going to work 2 double crochets, chain 3, and another 2 double crochets, all in the same space. Double crochet, chain 3, 2 more double crochets, there you go, all in the same stitch space. Now we'll work down the next side. Beginning in this first stitch, we're going to work 6 double crochets this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one will go in this chain 1 space. Now we need to double crochet 2 together. So we're going to begin the first part of the double crochet 2 together in this next stitch. Remember, don't complete your double crochet. You're going to skip the chain 1 space, skip this stitch, skip the chain 1 space, so that's 3 stitches you're skipping, and then finish your double crochet 2 together with this next stitch. 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, draw through all 3 loops. Okay, let's continue up the next side with 6 double crochets. Start in the chain 1 space for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we're going to create another peak with 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets, all in this chain 3 space. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. For this last section, we'll work 6 more stitches, and then we'll have to do a double crochet 2 together at the base. So let's work our 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Okay, now you're left with a stitch, chain 1 space, stitch, and the chain 3 from the previous row. So to begin our double crochet 2 together, we're going to use this first stitch, skip the chain 1 space, skip the next stitch, and finish using the 3rd chain of the turning chain from the previous row. And that is the end of row 2. It's really starting to take shape now. Let's move on to row 3. Okay, let's get started with row 3. First, you'll chain 3, turn your work. You're going to skip this first stitch that the chain 3 comes out of, skip the second stitch, and double crochet in the next stitch. Next, we're going to chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, and repeat that 2 more times. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip, double crochet in the next stitch. Now that we're back at the top, we're going to double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, all in the same chain 3 space. First we chain 1, so double crochet, 1, 2, 3, double crochet, chain 1. In this first stitch, we're going to double crochet, you won't be skipping a stitch here, chain 1. Now you begin skipping stitches. Skip this stitch, double crochet, chain 1, skip this one, double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1. Okay, and in this next one we're going to double crochet 2 together. Skip the next stitch, begin working in this next stitch. Work the first part of your double crochet 2 together, skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the next one finish your double crochet 2 together, and we'll begin working up the next side. Chain 1, skip this one, double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip this stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip this stitch, double crochet in this stitch, chain 1. So we're back at the top again. So now we're going to work double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, all in the same chain space. 1, 1, 2, 3, and one more double crochet, chain 1. Now working down the next side, you're going to start in this very first stitch, don't skip anything, double crochet, chain 1, skip this stitch, double crochet, chain 1, skip this stitch, double crochet, chain 1, and now you have 4 stitches remaining and a chain 3. We're going to skip this stitch and then work a double crochet 2 together. So starting in the next stitch, work the first part of the double crochet 2 together, skip 2 stitches, and in the top of the chain 3, finish your double crochet 2 together. And that is it for row 3. For the rest of the pattern, you would continue to alternate rows 2 and 3, and here is what it will look like with a few more rows added. So this stitch pattern was used for my Midnight Ruana pattern. Again, the link to that pattern is in the description box below this video. Also, please keep in mind that the length of your foundation chain will not determine the width of your piece because of these peaks and valleys. You will need to work up a swatch to determine what your width is going to be for your project. So please hit that thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this stitch tutorial video, and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching.